For a more in-depth look at the convention, we're joined tonight by political analyst and founder of the Quorum Report, Harvey Kronberg. Harvey, good to have you back from Corpus Christi.
It's a lot less humid here. Hotter, but a lot less humid.
All right, let's jump right in. One of the big issues heading into this convention was party unity. You had this big fight over who was going to lead the party in the chair. You had Jasmine Crockett's comments about Tallarico's kind of hanging over this. So did they achieve party unity at the end of the convention?
Well, first of all, let's remember there's probably only about 3,000 people there. So what we're talking about is the politically active, and I would say there was a lot of enthusiasm by the end of the convention. But you know, the big tectonic question is, will black voters turn out in the kind of numbers necessary? And I'm not sure that was addressed.
Yeah, and let me ask you about that, because he made a point, that Tallarico that has made a point to go to the Black Caucus, sit there with them, answer their questions, say he values them, he says he wants to earn their votes. And a lot of black leaders echoed that sentiment, that it's a good start. But he's had since March, Harvey. So at what point does he have to start breaking through with black voters to have any realistic shot in November?
Well, let's separate the vast majority of black voters versus politically active black voters, because politically active may hold a grudge. I'm not sure that's going to be the case for the broader black African-American population. Cory Booker was a keynoter, and he was extraordinarily good. And he's going to be back. We're going to see. I think we're going to see the Obamas here, both President and Mrs. Obama, I would guess. And
stumping for Tallarico, you think?
Yes. Well, President Obama has already obviously shared some time with him. I don't know if that gets him across the finish line with black voters, but I think there's going to be a lot of oomph whether Jasmine Crockett decides to engage or not.
I mean, that would be the ideal situation, though, if she just engaged and said, hey, we're all on the same team.
I still think that she's probably going to make her announcement in September when it has maximum TV value. Until then, remaining a mystery probably works to her advantage.
Yeah, it's all about timing, maybe. Now, in the fight for the party's leadership, Kendall Scudder won overwhelmingly. But that may also have an impact on who holds the power in the Texas House, because Scudder had asked House Democrats, not to support the incumbent House Speaker Dustin Burrows. So what impact is this going to have on the session next year?
Well, typically speaker races are very inside baseball games, not really visible to the public. But a few years ago, Tim Dunn and his group had a successful Supreme Court decision allowing outside groups to play inside speaker politics, and there's no criminal or civil penalties left for that kind of engagement. That raised the profile. It's going to provide some heartburn for some of the down ballot House members, because they want to be transactional if he's going to be the speaker, but at the same time, there's a threat they may be primaried, much like Republicans have been primaried for their speaker votes.
Good political move from Kendall Scudder, you think?
Well, it certainly separated him from the crowd, and it takes. The original resolution was that Democrats shouldn't vote for any Republicans. That was watered down to say that they shouldn't vote for a Dustin Burrows specifically, or somebody who would govern like him. Yeah. So that gives some wiggle room to some members there for Republican votes.
All right, Harvey, we've got a little bit less than a minute, but this is supposed to be where the parties show off their candidates, maybe introduce them to some voters. Was anybody down ballot from Tallarico impressive to you or stood out?
To me, the most impressive was Nathan Johnson. In his 7 minutes, he built a logical construct, invoked the Federalist Papers. Everybody else was talking to the convention, which is red meat, the Republicans are bad, we're good, a kitchen table, most of the stuff the talking points that you've heard. Johnson built a whole narrative about corruption and the people's attorney that I thought was particularly engaging and could reach beyond the convention.
All right, Harvey, thanks so much for breaking it all down for us.
My pleasure.